Hello everyone, my name is Barb Owen of HowToGetCreative.com, and today I'm going to answer the question, what is tracing paper and graphite paper? So I'm going to show you right away, what is tracing paper? Well, tracing paper comes in a pad. You can also get it on a roll, but I prefer to buy it in a pad like this, and it is a translucent paper. So when I pull this up, you'll be able to see it's not quite transparent, but it is quite translucent. And the purpose is to use it as a tracing medium. So for example, if I had a pattern like this pattern right in here, which is a flower and a pine cone, some ribbon, and some leaves, for example, and I wanted to trace that to put it on something else, I can lay my tracing paper over the top of it and I can see through it so that I can trace the image. Then I can take my image as it is and I can put it on whatever it is I'm going to transfer this design to. If I was going to paint, let's say I wanted to decorate a piece of furniture and I wanted to put this nice image in the corner. Pardon me. Too much talking today. If I wanted to put this nice image in the corner of, let's say, a cabinet or something, I can use this to position it because I can see through it, and then I can transfer that design to the cabinet. So that's one way to use a piece of tracing paper. Here's another one. Similar idea. This is a pattern. This is an old piece of tracing paper pattern that I had that I dug up. I found it somewhere in my stash of stuff. And so I've got the pattern transferred, drawn onto the tracing paper. Then I found a tray. This was an old tray. And in order to get that pattern onto the background, I position the tracing paper so I know exactly where I want the design to be. So you can see it right there. And then I can transfer the design onto the background, but I can position it so that I can get, the same distance from the sides, and I can get the top and bottom positioned so that the ability to see through tracing paper really comes in very handy. Tracing paper also comes in different sizes. This is a larger size, so this is 11 by 14, and it comes in even larger sizes than this. So you can get it in a variety of different sizes of paper. Here's another use for tracing paper, and that is, again, to position things, but in this case, I was trying to figure out, did I like the way that the words were coming out for this piece, for this little fabric art quilt that I was making. So I put the words on here. I got to play around with the font and the style and the size, and I figured out exactly how much room I had to work with. And tracing paper is always my choice for figuring things out, because I can see through it to see what's below. And it's a sturdy paper, and that's one of the things that I like about it. So I use that a lot. So here's an example of the tracing paper. So here's my little design that's on the tracing paper. And this is just a piece of watercolor paper just to illustrate the point of how this works. And so I've put a piece of painter's tape on here so it doesn't move on me. And then I'm going to use a thing called graphite paper. So that's what this is. This is called graphite paper. And it's exactly what it says. It is a very thin paper. It's coated with graphite on one side. So you have to get the right side against the surface you want to mark on. For example, if I put this down and I scratch with my fingernail and look at it to see, did it mark? Yes, you can see a little faint mark there. If I have it the wrong side up and I do that, nothing comes off. I'm just going to get graphite on my finger. So what you have to do is to make sure every time that you've got the correct side down against the thing, whether it's wood or paper or whatever it is that you want to transfer to, slip it under, and then use a stylus of some kind to go around your design. And the more accurate you are, of course, the more it will look exactly like your design. Now, I'm not doing a super duper job here. I'm just doing a very quick little example. But using a stylus to transfer your design allows the lines that you have here to stay intact. Meaning, if I were to take a pencil or a pen, ballpoint pen, and go over this, I'm going to begin to distort my lines. Now, before I take this off, the painter's tape off, I'm going to peek under here and see if I got all my lines. And I did. So let me show you. So here's my pattern. When I lift this up, you can see how it has transferred that. It's a very light, but that's what I'm after, because I don't want the graphite to be too dark. And I definitely don't want to groove the paper with a stylus, but I've got the exact pattern, you know, give or take, that I drew here based on the accuracy of my stylus work on the background. So that is how you use tracing paper, what tracing paper is, and what is graphite paper. They work together. I can't talk about one without talking about the others. So I just thought I'd combine them and tell you both. What's tracing paper? It's a translucent paper that's very thin. It's great for transferring patterns. It's great for working out designs. It's a super paper. I could not live without tracing paper. And the graphite paper is an invaluable tool to get designs onto other things. So they work together. Now, if you enjoy what I do, I'd like to invite you to come over to HowToGetCreative.com, where we have tons of classes on all different kinds of creative arts. I'd love for you to come over there and check us out. And there are a variety of levels of membership there, from $1 trial for a whole month, a monthly member, a VIP member. There's something to suit everyone. So I'd love to have you come over and check us out. Remember to get creative today, because you know it's easy. I'm Barb Owen of HowToGetCreative.com, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.